Guys, it's TechGuy276. CES 2014 is finally over, and there's a lot of things been announced. LG with their 4K television, some people showing off 8K televisions, which I don't think will last very long, and I think my camera's a bit smudgy, so let me just adjust that. There's a lot of special devices like the Pebble smartwatch. I'm wearing it right now, but that's the announcements with the Pebble Steel, the steel version of that. I've already done a video about that. Just have a look at the other videos wherever YouTube is at the moment. There's been lots of phones by Sony. They've announced the Sony Ultra Z Mini, which is when companies bring out smaller phones, they normally sacrifice the specs of the phone, like the HTC One Mini. They brought it up from a Snapdragon 800 processor to a Snapdragon 600 processor. And it's been the same for the Galaxy S line and the Galaxy S Minis line and all of these, and they sacrifice the specs for the smaller size. So that's for Sony. There's ZTE phones that have come out. LG with the curved displays. Samsung brought out a TV that it's curved, but it can also go flat as well. But it's got a bulk about, I don't know, I'd say about 8 inches, something like that. Giggity. And there's to be honest, it's not really been that good of a year for CES. With LG's the most. Like, I was talking to my uncle and he doesn't seem that very, very impressed with it. He doesn't seem like it's good for consumers. And right, I'm back. Don't worry, I'll cut that out. Basically, my uncle thinks, right, I'll skip that. He only thinks it's good for companies with advertising the products, like transparent displays and mirrored displays. Now, when you think of the future and you think of like future concepts of the future, and we're all interacting, like say if there's a skyscraper and you check into your hotel and you're looking out on the skyline of New York City or Las Vegas or anything like that, and you see the information right there, and you can check into Foursquare if Foursquare's still around by then. You can check into Facebook while you're there, obviously, like privacy and stuff like that, and you can check your emails on the window. I don't think in England we have just standard houses and we don't have very high-rise buildings, but the only thing I can think of is mirrored displays in bathrooms, and I think that will really take off. Like, you're brushing your teeth, and say if there's a video on YouTube or something like that, it'll have YouTube built into the mirror, and you can be brushing your teeth, you can be checking for buggers up your nose, you can be shaving your face or shaving your nose or cutting your hair or something, and you can be watching the video on YouTube while you're doing all this. Like, I know I've got a shaver here and I can still watch YouTube videos, but I still go to the bathroom and check if there's anything left, like, because you don't want like patches of black hairs or blonde hairs or like something like that. Sorry about that click. Transparent displays with high-rise buildings, I think that will really take off, and he only thinks it for the actual company showing off products. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, even John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, he was like, it was like mind blown. Like, they weren't like selling the product, but they were showing off the technology because. Again, they were showing off the technology, and they weren't actually selling it, and it's just a massive step forward in what we see. Phones will never be transparent. They'll never get the battery transparent. They'll never get the CPU transparent. They'll never get the motherboard. Maybe the motherboard, but they'll never get like the GPU, the CPU, the battery, the cameras. We might have transparent screens, but in our phones. But I don't really see the point in that, other than seeing through that, unless the CPU is on this side, the battery's on this side, the GPU and all that other stuff, and the motherboard's on that side and the battery's on that side. So it's like a massive, and it's a massive phone, CPU there, battery there, and it's just a transparent display. So it's like you'll have to hold it like that to actually see through it, and that's where I think it'll actually take off. There's a couple of other stuff as well, like there's Pebble 2.0, ESPN, Yelp, Foursquare, Mercedes Drive, and I'm looking forward to that. And there's a new notifications menu as well. that they are bringing out. You can in the Android App Store, there's a lot more, because if you're gonna get a Pebble smartwatch, get it for your Android phone, because if you get it for iOS, there's just not many features. All you get is the standard watch faces. You have to root around for everything to try and find the apps that you're looking for. But on the Android one, you just you just go on the Play Store, type in Pebble apps. It comes up with third-party applications that people and watch faces as well. You just click that, opens up Pebble straight away. But on the iOS one, which I've got it connected to at the moment downstairs, and I'm still receiving notifications for it, so I might like pause. You've just got to root around and keep finding those apps. Also, I've had my stitches out, so a little bit of like Blacklit the Pirate. So I've still got a scar, but that hopefully should disappear soon. GTA 5, yes. There's not much else coming out of CES at the moment other than 4K televisions. Sony brought out their 4K lines. They had a massive one, just like the Red Scarlet with a like a 5-inch screen built into the camera itself. Then they brought out the mini 4K, the Handycam, which is it's the same iris and the same optical lenses found in the big ones, but condensed down and for a much cheaper price. The only problem is that the iris isn't that good on the Handycam, but if you get the big ones, there's much more settings you can configure, there's much more relays to configure, and there's just a lot more features that you can actually manipulate with to make sure that you've got the perfect image that you're actually looking for. Yes, CES isn't really the biggest one of the year. It's normally IFA in Barcelona. It's either there's just a lot more stuff, and a lot of companies actually aren't going to CES anymore. They're doing their own events. Like Apple have always done their own events. Samsung are doing their own events apart from like showing off not new phones. Like Samsung. They like medial updates. Like they always do an announcement or a conference for their Galaxy S lines, like the Galaxy S5 and the Galaxy S4. But this one they only brought out the Samsung Galaxy Tab 8, 10.1 and 12.2. So that's and it's about massive. You know the rumours with the iPad Pro, they might be bringing out one because they've got the Mac Mini, the Mac, and the Mac Air, and they've got the Mac Pro. Well, this is going to be the same. This is going to be the iPad Mini, the iPad Air, and the iPad Pro maybe. And I love the new TouchWiz UI that Samsung have actually brought out for the tablets. It's like a flipboard mixed with Feedly, mixed with Blink Feed, and it's all done in blocks, and it's very customizational. Like it's not just like the Samsung TouchWiz phone launcher and scaled up to make it a tablet size. It's actually a really, really thought out new UI for the Samsung S devices. And just to cut it to before 10 minutes, thanks for watching guys, and I'll keep you updated on the next one. Bye.